To help you protect your people and your property, and today we're going to be working to do that by discussing what's the best way to electronically secure my door. That's a question that we get asked a lot, and I'd say the typical question is, I need to get a Maglock on my door. How do I get a Maglock on my door? So we're going to be talking a little bit about that today. I'm Chad. This is Eric. Good to have you here today, Eric.
Happy to be here.
Well, always. I mean, you're just always like, hey, when can I share some more information?
Let's do it.
So we've got some electronic locks here, but I guess let's start off with what do you have here with us today?
Yes, absolutely. So this is the first component. This is called a Maglock.
Okay.
Basically, it's a large magnet that adheres to a piece of metal that's mounted to the door, and they work together to secure the door.
And so where would be a good application for this? Where do you typically see this happening?
Yeah, so most of the time these are installed on full glass doors.
Okay.
So basically any size door that has maybe a top metal rail and a bottom metal rail, everything else is glass. This is going to be basically the only option for a door such as that to secure it.
Because there's not a physical locking device down in the middle of the door where you would typically have that.
Exactly. There's no latch point to work with.
Now, in a situation where we have this, and then what do we have back here on this stand?
Yeah, so this is a cylindrical electric strike, meaning it would work in conjunction with a basic lever.
Okay.
Basically, these can be seen in a lot of office buildings. Anywhere where there's a cylindrical lever, we can tie one of these in. So this works exactly like the Maglock, other than instead of a magnet, an actual magnet, working against the door, it's got a piece right here that basically releases whenever a card or a pin would be installed on the door.
Okay, so now we have two different kind of options here, and there's other ways to electronically secure a door, but here's kind of some two big categories, right? How do you start to determine which application that we're gonna use in this situation?
Yeah. So obviously on a full glass door, this would basically be the only option. Any other application, we try to go with the electric strike first, because Maglocks can pose two really large disadvantages.
Okay, what are those?
So the first one is Maglocks are all fail safe.
Okay.
Which means in the event of a power loss, if there's no backup power, this Maglock is going to release, your building's going to be unsecure.
So it fails when there's failure, meaning no power. It goes into a safe mode, which means that you can get in and out of a building.
Exactly.
Which does not have any security, but you're also not locked inside. It's going to release and let you out. Okay.
Exactly. And the fail secure on the flip side of that would mean, obviously no Maglocks are fail secure, but a lot of electric strikes are set up as fail secure, meaning in the event of a power loss, that lock stays locked.
It falters into a secured state.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
So what are the other disadvantages that you said? There's two disadvantages with the Maglocks. One is the fail safe, meaning that it falls into an unlocked state. What's another?
So we see this a lot where Maglocks are actually mounted at the top of doors, right? So I mean, you can feel this. It weighs every bit of 3 to 4, maybe 5 pounds. Obviously, that's a lot of weight. Maybe get a bicep work in really quick. So basically, mounting 5 pounds at the top of the door, as people walk up to that door and pull on it when it's locked, it can cause warping over time.
Sure.
Years and years of people pulling on that door, it's going to cause an issue. A lot of operable issues can come of that, meaning you're going to have actual physical issues with the door as a result.
And I've also seen too where over time the bolts wear out because of that pulling, and you don't want to have this 4 or 5 pounds fall down on top of somebody when they open the door, because that would probably leave a mark.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. So,
maybe some stitches.
So a couple of disadvantages on the Maglocks there. So you're looking at application when it comes to this. So this is one based off of the type of door. Where do we start to see these? Yeah,
so this is in our opinion, is a better solution for securing a door electronically. Basically, it's going to be nice and concealed in the frame. So the metal piece, the stainless piece that you see here, is actually is actually the strike itself, whereas the black area represents what the frame would be.
Gotcha.
So you can see how nice it fits right in the frame. We do have to modify the frame to install one of these, but it's a quick install, nice and clean look, concealed, cost effective as well, which is always on the forefront of people's concerns. So very, very easy installation, basically hits all the good points. It's also actually compatible with operators as well. You can tie it into an automatic operator if it's going to be a handicap door.
Gotcha. So a lot of this is going to be concealed in. And I think the interesting thing when people start to talk about electrifying a door or putting electronic locks on a door, these are the components that we focus on from a end user perspective, how would they know that a door is electrified or not? Like, what does their interaction look like?
Yeah, so it can be tied into a back-end system. So it's either going to be a keypad or a card reader, maybe a key fob system where you've got a fob that you present to a reader to unlock the door.
Sure.
One of those back-end systems is always going to be working with a maglock or an electric strike or some form of latch point that is being deactivated or activated to open that door.
Gotcha. And both of these, I would imagine, at various stages, especially with the Maglock, once that door becomes warped, then oftentimes you might find that the door's not securing correctly or not actually locking all the way, and adjustments related there. But for an actual end user, somebody that's interacting with these doors, it might be they're walking up to an intercom, putting their key fob. These are the things that are allowing that to happen.
Exactly.
Versus it being having to physically operate a key.
Exactly.
Well, very cool. Well, I think this is good information. It's practical information for a lot of people that are trying to figure out how should we best secure our door with electronics, and what do we need to know about, what do we need to think about. Number one thing, I guess, is where is it going? What kind of opening is it going to go on? If you'd like to find out more, please connect with us. There's a link down below where this video is that you'll be able to click and connect with us, or you can give us a call and somebody will be able to walk through that process with you and understand what is the best application for your particular opening. So thanks for joining us today. We'll see you next time.